The global trade map could be heading towards another major shakeup. Russia is now looking at a railway route that could stretch towards the Indian Ocean and also potentially give Moscow a new land-based pathway to India. Now, why does that matter? Well, some of the world's most important trade routes currently depend on narrow maritime gateways, and those gateways are becoming increasingly vulnerable to geopolitical tensions. From the Bosphorus to the Strait of Hormuz, uncertainty is forcing countries to rethink how goods, energy, and strategic supplies move across continents. And Russia may now be preparing for that possibility. Russian Deputy Prime Minister has suggested that Moscow should seriously explore a rail link reaching the Indian Ocean. The idea gains even more significance as instability in the West Asia continues to complicate the India-Middle East-Europe economic corridor. Kushnulin says alternative routes could potentially pass through Turkmenistan, Iran, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. Any options providing access to India are acceptable, he said. But can a railway this ambitious actually be built? And more importantly, can it survive the geopolitics along the way? That is where Moscow's grand proposal runs into a major roadblock. A railway spanning 2 continents and crossing 4 countries would be enormously expensive and logistically extremely complex. But the biggest challenge may not be the construction at all. It could be the geopolitics. Because any route connecting India would likely have to pass through Pakistan. Now that means India would need far more than just a railway agreement. It would require firm and reliable guarantees from Islamabad to protect the tracks, ensure uninterrupted cargo movement, and keep the corridor operational. Now, given Pakistan's track record as a state, securing that kind of dependable cooperation would be a tall order. For now, however, this remains an idea, not really a project. Russia has offered no detailed blueprint, no estimated cost, and no timeline for construction. At this stage, this proposal exists only as a concept. But if Moscow ever takes it from the drawing board to the construction phase, the strategic payoff could be substantial. A direct overland freight corridor connecting Russia with India and giving both the countries an alternative to the maritime routes they currently rely on. And to understand just how massive such an undertaking could be, consider the Iwu-Madrid Railway. Currently regarded as the world's longest freight rail route, stretching more than 13,000 kilometers, it connects Iwu in China with Madrid in Spain, crossing 8 countries along the way. But why is this coming up now? Why is Moscow suddenly looking beyond the existing trade routes? The answer lies in the growing instability around one of the world's most critical shipping choke points, the Strait of Hormuz. The ongoing standoff between the United States and Iran has thrown shipping through the strait into serious uncertainty, raising concerns over the security of a route that carries a huge share of the world's energy supply. Let me say the stakes are enormous. The narrow waterway typically carries around a quarter of global oil trade and roughly 1/5 of the world's LNG shipments. And that is precisely why the search for an alternative trade corridor is gaining renewed attention. When a single choke point can disrupt such a massive share of global energy flows, having another route can suddenly become far more than just a strategic luxury. What are your thoughts on this video? Do let us know in the comment section below.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.